Hello everyone, welcome to today's Shreem Brzee live stream. We've been going live every Sunday, noon-ish. Thanks for joining. So we're going to continue, I'll continue to give you the energy updates of the week that happened so that you know what to do the week ahead, and this happens every week. This week is still Navaratri, or 9 nights of the goddess, which is the biggest power time for the goddess or divine feminine energy of the entire. So what you want to do is bring the goddess to you and activate her from within. Connection issues. Sorry about that. So we had the first 3 nights of Durga. We're actually inside of the 3 nights of Lakshmi. So Shreem Brzee, Dr. Pillai did a live initiation. For those of you who were there last night, that was fabulous. I'll be doing those sessions tonight in the paid program. And if you're not in that, you'll want to be chanting Shreem Brzee and connecting with her in the best way you possibly can over the next 2 nights, and then for the rest of the time as well. The last 3 nights of 9 nights of the goddess is for Saraswati. And so for Shreem Brzee, a couple of the things Dr. Pillai said last night, I won't give you all the secrets, but things that we've been also teaching, which is to create a relationship with her, speak to her, act as if she's with you all the time. Have her with you all the time in the form of a picture or a yantra or a statue, some 3-dimensional form that you can talk to. Offer her flowers, offer her sweets, light a candle or ghee lamp for her. But mostly connecting with her from your heart center to the goddess as a mother, and speak to her all day, every day. And if you forget, which is likely, we do that, the evening time before you go to bed, make sure that you are talking to your mother. One time many years ago, Dr. Pillai gave us this technique, which I loved, and he was like, just imagine her with you at night. Maybe think of her as you go to bed. Maybe she's tucking you in. Maybe she's wrapping herself around you. But in the evening time, when we're going to sleep, the goddess is more present. And so when we connect with her as our mother, then that becomes even like a bedtime, kind of a bit of a bedtime ceremony, right? When we go to bed and speak to our mother. And the mother cannot resist the child, especially this loving mother of Lakshmi. So this is a few techniques that you can take with you to do this week for Lakshmi and for Saraswati. Saraswati will be the final 3 nights of Navaratri. But for the Shreem Brzee diehards out there, you can simply just keep connecting with Lakshmi during these 9 nights. This time is just prevalent for the goddess energy, the goddess power. So whatever your favorite goddess is, and I'm assuming maybe it's Shreem Brzee since you're here, then that's the perfect thing for you to do. So you talk her name, talk to her out loud, ask her for what you want, pray to her as your mother, go to sleep with her, let her tuck you in. Again, talk to her as your mother, make requests. And a very important thing that Dr. Pillai did say that helps the goddess, especially Lakshmi, come to us more is when we pray not for just our own needs, but those in need around the world. So those who are suffering, who don't have food and clothing, who are suffering more than we are, pray for them. And pray for them first. He did give a percentage, if at least 30% of your prayers are for those who need help, then it'll also help the goddess come to you more and faster. Because she doesn't want you just to be selfish. She wants to help you. We have a karma that stops us from manifesting, but the more we put our energy into helping others, then that karma can be dissipated, and the goddess will help us more. So that's the teaching for this week. That's what you do for the rest of this time during Navaratri for connecting with Shreem Brzee and Lakshmi. So for the rest of the power times, we basically have Navaratri, 9 nights of the goddess, until October 14th in the US, and that's going to be the final night. Dr. Pillai is doing a final night initiation that you can still join at pillaicenter.com. There should be banners up. If you'd like to join, I highly recommend it. Last night's it was fantastic. He's going to do a Durga initiation on the 8th moon, which is October 12th. You can join that. You can also join the Saraswati initiation happening on October 14th. So you can join either one of them or both. So register for that if you haven't already and you'd like to join Dr. Pillai live initiations for Navaratri. Otherwise, also, in addition to, and use the techniques that I just gave in terms of connecting with Lakshmi as well as any of the goddesses. So we're moving through Navaratri until Thursday, the 14th in the US, and then on 15th in the US, we have the 11th moon coming, which is the moon for the consort of Lakshmi, the consort of Shreem Brzee, which is Vishnu, the sustaining god. So because that 11th moon falls on a Friday, Friday is a power time for Lakshmi, it's going to be another wonderful time to be connecting with the divine beings for abundance. So basically our whole week is about goddess energy and abundance energy and the ability to help us manifest and connecting deeply with the goddess. So we have that through Friday, and then we have Pradosham, or the 13th moon, next Sunday, the 17th. So those are the big days throughout this week. The Anishta star, which is happening the evening of Thursday and all through the day on Friday, Dr. Pillai said is the billionaire star. So it's a star that supports wealth. So again, this Friday is a really big wealth power time. You have the 11th moon, you have Friday, and you have this star that supports wealth and abundance. So now I'll go ahead and see if there are any questions. And thank you all for so much wonderful engagement today. Embraced by the goddess. Yes, absolutely. Dr. Pillai very specifically said last night, because this power time happens once a year, you don't want to miss it. And especially in the evenings, you don't want to miss the opportunity to be connecting with the goddess and accepting her love, her generosity, her protection. Priest Premraj has been doing homas or fire labs for the whole 9 nights, and we are offering the final 3 nights package with everything included. If you'd like to join that, I highly recommend it. It's just been over the top, and the energy is really incredible. So any questions we have here so far? Can you tell us a bit more about this star? Unfortunately, I don't know a whole lot more about this star. Ivan, but thank you for the question. I just know that there are certain stars that are ruled by Venus, and those are considered Lakshmi stars. But Dhanishta is not one of them. It happens to be a star that Dr. Pillai just said was very supportive of wealth energy. In fact, let me see. I'll just look it up real quick. Dhanishta is good for just it doesn't say very much. It's just it's an auspicious type of star. So some are maybe not so good for doing things that that gain abundance, and some are. Can a person do Tarpanam if parents are alive? This, as per Dr. Pillai's teachings, yes. I know in India, traditionally, you do not do Tarpanam or ancestor offerings if your parents are alive, but Dr. Pillai says yes, you can. So it's really up to you. Okay, here's a question. If I'm moving and traveling and want to work with the power times, what is recommended in a new space and also travel for an event? Meaning you want to move during a power time? That's where you would look up. I don't know them all, so I can't tell you which ones are good for travel and which ones aren't. But if you have a particular, there's different apps like Astrobed Assistant. Download that, get the professional version, I think there is. And you can see, it'll give you power times that are supportive for different activities, and you'll just need to look them up. Or you can also go to Astrobed and ask questions to an astrologer, and they'll give you some information. But you can easily look it up online. I don't know them all, in terms of moving. I do know that, wherever you are, that's where the energy is for your activity. So don't look at the, India calendar or whatnot. Like, for example, I always give the power times in the US, either the Eastern time zone or the Pacific time zone. That's where I happen to be, but you always need to translate that into where you are. How to effectless attract money. Effectless. Yeah, that's a good question. Dr. Pillai talks about effortless creation. And effortless creation comes when we are in an absolute place of faith. So I don't know if this ever happened to you, but if you can think back to a time where you were like, yeah, that's totally going to happen, but you didn't know how it was going to happen. You just had full faith it was definitely going to happen. That's how the effortless the creation happens, because we have full faith in something. And then you accentuate that with the use of a mantra, such as Shreem Brzee. So what is recommended is that you have complete visualization of exactly what it is you want to manifest. And 100% you know in your heart, and you can see it, you can feel it, you're just immersed inside of that experience. So now you had asked specifically for money. Now, if it's money, then what does that money look like to you? Is it in your bank account? Does it give you the freedom to do certain things? How does it make you feel? Where do you want to give it to other people? All of that will help create the visualization or the creative power of that occurrence happening, and not knowing how it will happen. And Dr. Pillai is a very practical guru or teacher, and he often tells us to do both. We want to think of the manifestation, the outrageous manifestation that we want. We don't know how it's going to happen, but also on the flip side of that, you want to be taking actions toward, right, making goals and taking actions towards what it is you want to create. So you're doing both, like the worldly version and the non-worldly, where you're really just having it manifest and falling into your lap. Okay? Hope that helps. What is the best way to connect to Lakshmi as a mother or as a goddess? The best way is to, like any relationship, build the relationship. So how would you approach your mother that you love? You might want to bring her offerings to make her feel good, right? So did you ever bring your mother some chocolates or flowers or a spa day? What did you ever give to your mother? Or maybe just a friendly phone call that your mother would really appreciate, or stopping by to say hello to her. Things that make the goddess feel loved and that you've given attention to her, that is a way to connect with her. So it's just like any relationship you've done. And if you're poor at relationships, then we probably need to look at that and get a little better at them. And we all do. But putting that being first, putting that person first. If you're married, you have a spouse, think about them to help them feel loved. Same with Lakshmi. You want to think about her, and you also want to use her name, Shreem Brzee, when you call upon her. And Dr. Pillai recently in a video said, talk to them out loud. Talk to the goddesses out loud. Hello, Lakshmi. Good morning. Shreem Brzee. Today, I'd love to feel your presence more in my life. And then if you don't hear a response, that's okay. Just keep going. Good afternoon, Lakshmi. How are you today? I would love to feel your presence more in my life. Here's some flowers. Here's some chocolates. Oh, Lakshmi, I'm having this problem with a bill that needs to be paid. Could you please help me? Or, oh, Lakshmi, I would really love to give a donation to my favorite charity, but I'm needing a little more extra money. Carry on a conversation, as crazy as it may sound. And Dr. Pillai specifically said to do it out loud, so that makes it even a little more crazy. However, try it out and see how it goes for you, right? Especially when you're alone, you might want to do this. So, and the mother, as the mother goddess, imagine her as the most nurturing mother who cannot resist you. She cannot resist your pain. She cannot resist your gifts. She cannot resist your love. She cannot resist you. That's the mother whose just heart beats out of her body for her children. And we're her children. Does that help, Nishal? Thank you, interdimensional creator. Can I burn money for Lakshmi? I don't think Lakshmi would want you to burn money. I've never heard Dr. Pillai talk about, destroying money in some way. I know there are some traditions who do that. So I wouldn't do it for this because I've just never heard him say that. And it might be taken the opposite way. of you're destroying something that represents energy and power and time? Good question, so. Have you ever won the lottery? Me? I don't play the lottery, so no, I haven't. Any other questions? No, I guess not. Yeah, so wonderful questions today. Thank you. Those were all really good, and I hope that that helps. I'd love to hear back too on how you are connecting with Lakshmi, how you're connecting with the goddess, and how that works for you. Because try these techniques and then tell us, write them comments under the video, because I really want to know how it's happening for you, because that can also help me adjust how I explain what you may need. Is there a good direction associated with? Yes, absolutely. So Dr. Pillai teaches that north and northeast are good directions for abundance. South is where the energy is leaving, right? Like it's an emptying out. It's removal. So that's a good. North is good for abundance, and then east is good for spiritual energy. So northeast is a combination of both of those things. Yeah, and you can. Dr. Pillai mentions how I'm just gonna move around. Maybe I won't move around. Maybe that's better. You can face north when you meditate. Yeah, sorry, the internet's going in and out. I've been chanting and listening. I got $17,000 project. Fantastic. Yay. Love to hear it. Love to hear it. I am going to go ahead and end because my internet's going in and out. It's probably getting annoying for you too. So I'll see you back here next Sunday. In the meantime, have an amazing Navaratri, 9 Nights of the Goddess. I look forward to hearing how it goes for you. God bless.